Before we get started with the video today, guys, I want to let you viewers out there know that only a small fraction of you guys currently watching are actually subscribed to my channel, so make sure to smash that subscribe button for instant updates about videos that I release and other announcements, and also smash that like button to help my channel out. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool here, back with another Should You Pull video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Mystic banner that is going to be running after the Bellion and Alot's banner that's running currently. If you guys don't know what to pull between Bellion and Apoc Ravi, I recommend watching this video all the way through, and then checking out my Bellion video to see which unit might benefit you more. Now, keep things short, I think Bellion is a pretty strong defense unit, but I wouldn't really recommend pulling her if you don't really plan to play PvP, because she's not really used in PvE anywhere, and also if you don't really want to play in RTA, you'll only really ever use her in arena defense, so you won't really have fun with her, right? Because you're just going to slaughter in arena defense, you'll never use her in offense, and you'll just pray that, you know, she can get you some wins. But yeah, that aside, let's get into the next banner coming up. So you'll see that it is Apoc Ravi or ML Ravi and Shadow Rose as the 4-star unit alongside her. And basically, Apoc Ravi after her buffs is a very, very strong unit. I think I put her in A tier in PvP, but after playing against her more and more often in RTA, I think she's S tier at the moment. She's just really annoying to deal with. So let me go over her skills real quick for you guys if you didn't know. So they made it so her S3 actually will do stacking damage every time you use it. And basically what happens, or not every time you use it, when someone dies, basically this is just a single target nuke. And if you kill someone with it, you actually revive an ally. It's random. They get CR pushed all the way, and also get a skill nullifier. So basically, if you can execute someone with this and you have an ally dead, they get a free turn, and then they also have a skill nullifier to make sure that they can get an extra turn in. And 30% HP is really nice because I think it used to be 10%, so actually like it would take super long, or not super long, it'd be super easy to snipe out the units that get revived because they didn't even get a skill nullifier, right? So I think like this is a very, very good buff. This also scales with your HP, which we'll see makes her a very, very annoying unit because she's just super tanky and she actually does so much damage and has so much pressure now, especially in like RTA and Guild Wars defense. So her S2 is going to be a passive that increases her crit chance. This is really nice because it is kind of hard to build her because she needs pretty much every single stat in the game besides effectiveness. And you'll also see that she has fighting spirit mechanics. So basically, every time you get attacked, you're going to use 10 fighting spirit to get CR pushed and increase your HP. And you actually heal a lot if you're really tanky because it scales with your max HP. And you get fighting spirit from using S3 and from your S1 as well. So, you know, if she counters, right, if you put on a counter set, she can, you know, basically always keep healing when she gets hit. But you don't even need counter set, to be honest. She just heals so much, and S3 giving basically 3 heals will make it so that you're always proccing your S2 and you get attacked pretty much like 90% of the time, I'd say. You'll see your S1 is a regular attack. Basically, it will inflict injuries and also heal herself, similar to Red Ravi, and this will scale with your max HP. And basically, the more damage you do with this, the injuries actually scale stronger and stronger. You could soul burn this to do more damage, although the damage is pretty decent, but it's not as strong as like Red Ravi's S1. But the biggest thing is they buffed it so that it has injuries. So usually before, what you could do is you just ignore Apoc Ravi, and she basically did nothing, right? Because she had no pressure because you're not hitting her, so she's not healing and CR pushing. And her S1 didn't have injuries before, so she just kind of sat there and just did nothing, and you had to pray that she could revive someone and snipe someone with her S3. But now, because her S3 actually does more damage when people are dying, and also her S1 is going to be inflicting injuries over and over, she actually is a very, very strong threat if you leave her alone. Because as the game gets longer and longer, she actually is applying so many injuries, and you know, her S3 is getting stronger and stronger. Most people run her on speed sets, so she's going to be applying these really fast. Some people do run her on counter set as well, which makes it so that she has a chance when she gets hit, in case she gets focused, that she can counter and inflict injuries that way. But yeah, very, very strong unit. Used to be a really easy unit to ignore, but now you get punished for focusing her because of her S2 pushing her CR and her being so tanky and healing. And you also get punished for ignoring her because she's just applying injuries over and over. I think injuries is in a much better state than it used to be before, because when injuries first came out, guys, remember how pretty bad it was? Now it's actually pretty effective because games are lasting a lot longer with all these tanks coming out, right? Like Bellion, Apoc Ravi, Angel of Light Angelica. Not really a tank, but does make the game longer because of how much utility she has. So very, very strong. And now next we have the 4-star unit alongside her on the Mystic banner. So we have Shadow Rose. So Shadow Rose is a pretty decent unit for one-shot comps. It's basically her and Leo, which are going to be using the Banshee one-shot and the Asmonak one-shot. The only thing is, I personally think that Leo is a little bit better because I'm not going to give her skills, but basically just she has a CR pushback and, you know, AoE defense break, so it's really nice. That's a 100% chance. So yeah, very, very good as a cleaver in PvP. But in PvE, she's only using those one-shot comps that I mentioned. I like Leo better because he is a ranger, so he can actually hold Song of Stars, which gives target buff, which will make him a lot better, especially in late game one-shots. But if you're just, you know, a new player and you don't have Leo for some reason or Shadow Rose and you're lacking a defense breaker, you know, you get a bonus of pulling for Shadow Rose while trying to pull for APOC Ravi as well. So not a bad option. The 4-star could have been a lot better, but it's not like the worst in the game, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I'd say like APOC Ravi, just as a standalone unit, is a must pull for. I think she's just so strong. She's good in offense, she's good in defense, for both Arena and Guild Wars. She's good in RTA, very, very highly contested tank, bruiser, DPS type unit. She does it all, you know. She also has a revive, so very, very annoying to deal with. I think she's a very, very powerful unit at the moment. And Shadow Rose, if you do pull her, if you're a late game, mid game player, you probably won't use her, but as an early game player, or I guess even mid game, you can use her as a cleaver because she can S3, right, to CR pushback or even defense break if you pair her with like another CR pushback besides herself. She's also good in like one-shot comps. Now, so yeah, I'd recommend pulling for this banner just because APOC Ravi is so strong. If you're wondering if you should pity for her, I think she's a pretty good you know, option to pity for because she is pretty waifu. I really like her design and she's very, very powerful at the moment. And yeah, she's a bit over the top right now, I'd say, especially in RTA. But yeah, that being aside, another big important thing to consider when pulling for ML 5-stars, guys, is going to be the 5-star RGB and artifact running. Even for late game players, it's very important because you get a good chance of getting, you know, some good artifacts to limit break or like good imprints, right? So yeah, for this rotation, we don't know what the one after this is, but just looking at it at first glance, sorry. So yeah, I don't really care about the 3-stars. For newer players and mid-game players, actually, you want to look at the 3-star artifacts because if there's Daydream Joker, it's pretty good because you actually need a lot of them, especially early in mid-game for your hunt teams and raid teams, right? But late-game players already have all their Daydream Jokers. Like, let me show you how many I have, right? So it's in all, and then should be like in the 3-stars, right? So I have like, what, 4 maxed, and then I could max like a few more if I wanted to, right? But just having the 4 max, that's 24 copies. And I use all of them all the time in PvE, right? And honestly, some people have like 5 max used, right? And then you have like 30 copies, right? So Daydream Jokers, if they're in the Mystic rotation, it should entice you newer players to pull on it, especially if the RGB, or not RGB, the ML 5-star is good as well. But also you want to consider is the 4-star artifacts, and like I said, the 5-star unit and artifact, obviously. And even the 4-star units are worth it as well. So just looking at it, like Talgahel's, even though Bellion's out, I think this is one of the best mage artifacts in the game. In RTA, right, you can still use this a lot. You just have to ban out the Bellion or try to ban Bellion or, you know, just try to avoid the Bellion in general and try to counter her as well. And also, like the 4-star units, the only one that stands out to me is going to be Acades, very good Soul Weaver in Guild Wars. And the 5-star RGB unit is very, very powerful, in my opinion, for PvE. She's not used in PvP at all, but she's really good in like expeditions. She's really good in raid. She's really good in Asmonak. She's really good in like Hades, right? Just very, very strong unit in general for PvE. So as a newer player, like you get the extra bonus of trying to pull for Luluka, especially if you don't have her. Now for late game players, Luluka imprint's very good if you have top model Luluka and you like using her. Although she has fallen off a bit in the meta, I think she's still a very good, you know, speed contester. Especially against some not super fast units. And in Guild Wars, she's a really good unit for like RB defenses. Now the artifact kind of sucks. It's usable on some units, I guess. Like it could be used on, I mean, I guess like it could be used on Holiday Euphine, but yeah, I'm not a really fan of it, so I wouldn't really worry too much about this. But I think this is a good rotation to pull on. When I say rotation, I don't mean like APOC, Ravi, Shadow Rose, right? I mean like rotation because, you know, the normal hero and artifacts are going to rotate every week. But this is a good rotation to pull on just because of Luluka's being a really good unit, and you have Talgahel, basically, and very good units to pull on. Now, when this banner does come out and you see like the next week that maybe it's like a better RGB unit like Sigrid, right? You don't have Sigrid, then obviously you wait and pull on the next one because Sigrid's a lot better than Luluka, especially for early game players, or even like other units, right, that are very strong that you need, right, according to your needs. And even like Daydream Jokers as well can sway that as well, because the chances of getting the 5-star RGB is actually the same as getting the ML 5-star if you look here. So, you know, you really want to, so you see like right now in the current banner, it's Bellion and Sez, so yeah, same percent chance, so it's not guaranteed you'll get both of them. It's actually pretty rare. Just keep those things in mind. So yeah, APOC Ravi, I think she's a must pull, especially for PvP players. If you want to play RTA and you really need bruisers, like she's like probably your best bet at the moment. She's like definitely one of the best, if not the best bruiser to pick at the moment. So I really recommend pulling her, guys. And you know, if this video helped you out, guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.